Hey everyone, welcome back. This is lesson 2. I am Nikki and this is Nikki Carlton Music. So in our first lesson, we learned the musical alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and there are some sharps and flats in between, and also how to play the major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. If you got that, then you can play a major scale all across the keyboard. So moving on this week, we are going to learn how to play major and minor chords. And it's very basic when you get an understanding of how the structure works. First, you want to understand how chords fit within a key. So if you look at a major scale, again, let's have a look at C, the easiest key to play the scale in. Starting on your C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you are looking at chords that fit within a key, there's also a pattern that you can follow. If you look at the numbers of your scale, you can follow a pattern of major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. And then you're back to your first note, your first chord again. So if you're in the C scale, you're going to have a C major chord, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and B diminished. And back to your C. Now that you've listened to how those chords fit within the key, I'm going to show you how to form a major and minor chord, which is very, very basic. Okay, so your major chord, if you look at the numbers of your scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is made up of 1, 3, and 5. That is a major chord. That is a C major chord, and you can apply that right across the keyboard. If you look at your D scale, 1, 3, 5, that's a D major. You can also look at A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5. That is your A major chord. Then you want to have a look at minors. So all you're doing with a minor chord is you are flattening the 3. What I mean by flattening is you are literally moving your finger one semitone to the left. So if you look at your C major chord, 1, 3, 5, if you want to play C minor, you take the 3 and you flatten it, which means you move it one semitone to the left. And there you have your sad C minor. You can do the same with A. 1, 3, 5 is your major. And to play A minor, you are just moving your third one semitone to the left. And again, you can apply this right across the keyboard. Those are the very basic building blocks of forming a major and minor chord. As a quick bonus chord, I will show you how to play a diminished chord. You are flattening the 3 and the 5. That's all you're doing. You're not going to use it very often, and it only appears at the end of the scale. So, hey guys, Editing Nikki here. I realized when I was editing that as I was showing you diminished chords that my hand was cut off, which doesn't help you at all. So herewith, please find a diminished chord tutorial insert. For this brief exercise, I will be demonstrating on my out-of-tune acoustic piano. So if you look at the scale of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. So the 7th note of the scale is where the diminished falls, the diminished chord. So in the key of C, the diminished chord will be B. So where you would normally play your B major, 1, 3, 5. A diminished chord is flattening the 3 and flattening the 5. And that is how you play a diminished chord. Again, you can apply that right across the keyboard, across every key, every scale. You just flatten the 3rd and the 5th and you've got yourself a diminished chord. I'm going to put a link to a chord chart in the description box below, as well as a link to a website called basicmusictheory.com, which has various keyboard charts that will show you how to form chords. But it is helpful to have an understanding of very basic music theory. You need to have that pattern in your mind of major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, that you can apply to a scale in order to figure out which chords go within which key. Because you want to understand that in order to figure out the how. When you've got the why, you get the how a whole lot easier. So your homework today is, if you need to, go back to lesson 1, figure out your major scales all across the keyboard, across the musical alphabet from A to G. Even if you want to throw in your sharps and flats, so what an F sharp major scale is, again, applying the patterns that I've given you, and then figure out from there which chords will go into which key according to the scale. And from there, practicing your major chords, 1, 3, and 5, and your minor chords, 1, flattened 3rd, and 5. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comment section below. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future videos. And you are more than welcome to share it with your friends who would be interested in learning piano chord tutorials for beginners. Thanks guys, and I will see you next time. So what you want, la 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 la. An audio, blah, blah, blah. We are going to show, blah, 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 la, la. It's fun. You boiling eggs? Yeah. Oh. For tomorrow or for now?
Oh, what do you mean for tomorrow?
Well, are you still hungry?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you a lot of
Protein.